Harnessing Demographic Dividend in Bangladesh. This paper I will be trying to identify the factors which can help to Bangladesh achieve demographic dividend in the next 20 to 30 years. As most of you know, Bangladesh is making rapid progress in both economic, social and health indicators in the last 20 years. Particularly GNP per capita has significantly increased from 2000 to 2020, which is more than $2,000 right now. Life expectancy has been increasing over the years. The current life expectancy is approximately 73 years. Gender parity in school has achieved significantly, particularly for the primary school and in the secondary school. And in secondary school, there are more girls than the boys. Total fertility has declined over the period of time from 6 to 2, and now we have reached replacement level fertility. Similarly, we have low child mortality and also maternal mortality is decreasing over the period of time. Country is also observing rapid urbanization. Currently, 38% of the people living in the urban areas, which was only 23% in 2000. So if you look at all these indicators, it is evident that Bangladesh is progressing fast in the both health and economic sector. If you take the overall indicators of population in 2030, it is observed that approximately 180 million people will be living in Bangladesh in 2030. Of them, 85 million will be urban population, which means half of the population will be living in the urban areas. And working age population, which is in labor force particularly, will be 125 million. So we have a large workforce will be available in the coming years. If we look at the age structure of the total population, it has declined. It has, with the decline of dependency ratio, right now our dependency ratio is only 4.47. So if we, and the labor force participation has increased over the period of time. Right now we have roughly 68 million people in the labor force, and which are, again, if you look at the youth people labor force participation, it is only 10 to 14 is, younger group is smaller, and then youth participation is 15 to 64 is 68%. Older population is still small. If we further looked at the labor force participation by age and education, you will find that in all sectors, these male are more employed compared to female, and which is indicative that we have indicative factor that we have large number of female are still not in the economic activities, and if we can bring them to the economic activities, we will develop economically quickly. Demographic dividend is primarily obtained or generated for the high fertility when it declined very rapidly, giving an opportunity of a large labor force to grow, and which lasts normally 40 to 50 years. For Bangladesh, it is considered that from 2001 to 2051, this 50 years of window of opportunity is for demographic dividend period. And our working age population will continue to increase until 2030, and then it will start to decline. So working age population increased by 2.3 million per annum between 1991 to 2011, and 1.7 million per annum since 2011. So if we look at our education system, which is not meeting the need of the labor market, Bangladesh education system produce graduates rather than skilled personnel. There is a mismatch exists between the labor market demand and academic specialist discipline that university students attain. Current labor force is characterized by a large informal sector with low productivity, a smaller share of wage employed workers, a large number of unemployed youth, and low education level of this employed youth. Technical and vocational education in Bangladesh is extremely low, approximately 1.1 million enrolled in 2018. Technical education enrollment was less than 1% in 2001. It has increased to roughly 3% currently. Gender parity is again significantly dominated by men, 75%. Although government is planning to update the TABET curriculum and expand TABET education all over the country. So we need to invest in the education in different areas. If we look at the figures, that you will find that public spending are 4 to 6% of GDP on education and 15 to 20% of the total budget. Unfortunately for Bangladesh, it is only 2.1% of the GDP and 12% of the national budget is allocated currently in the education sector. So to get the importance of this demographic dividend, we have to take the policies and advantage to demographic window of opportunities. We have to diversify our economy, particularly focusing on labor-intensive manufacturing and sustaining apparel, in addition to sustaining apparel industry. Currently, we are earning $35 billion from the garment sector, and which will be the main driver of growth for the next 15 years. But we have to address other sectors, particularly manufacturing sectors, so that more labor incentive jobs can be created. And we have to also make sure that foreign investment or manufacturing in the manufacturing sector is being encouraged, particularly when people are moving out from different countries, China and Myanmar, so that they can invest here and making country for overseas investment friendly environment, giving people space and also giving people facilities which they need to establish industries. We have to strengthen our linkage between education system and labor market. Particularly, we have to educate our labor force, which will meet the demand for the labor market. And we have to invest on technical education for you. There is no option if we don't invest in education. And as you know, we are earning approximately $25 billion per year from overseas employment, but the large number of these employees are unskilled. 12 million Bangladeshis are currently working outside Bangladesh, remitting this $25 billion. If we can train these people and technically and send them in appropriate places, we will be able to earn more money. So with a combination of foreign earnings, which are the wage earners, and export earnings, we can invest on the industry and make Bangladesh as a place like where investment friendly environment is created, so that we can improve our per capita income or economic activity quickly. So in coming years, by 2040, we will be upper middle income countries. Thank you very much.